And we're back. God, remember when we were still in the film lot and I was like, maybe the finale? God, no, I was wrong. I wonder where the killer fits into all this. Other than just maybe being an outside observer. Alright, well, that was another message. Not as fast as that one time Noki got it in as I was saying hi. But, yeah, that was... Alright. That was still pretty quick. That was like 10 seconds in. Good job, Noki. You're still the record holder. Step up your game, Nathaniel, if that is your real name. Actually, is his real name what he prefers to be called, but Nathan has kind of stuck, so... Yeah. Enough of that. You sure look happy. I take it you found something. Oh, God. Is she doing a French accent? Oh man, I've had enough of this performance. Look at me! Look at me! I'm Simon! Simon's the clown! The funny clown! Okay, you can stop now. Well then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like... chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say I dislike chess. The Mastermind played correspondence chess with Siren and Dogen. If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogen, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the Mastermind? There was no way Knightley could have been the Mastermind. The reason being, the Mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as a middleman between Dogen and Knightley. So you're saying you think I'm the middleman? Haha! And just why would I go through all the trouble and do something like that? Most likely to make it appear as if there were a connection between Knightley and Dogen. And as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland.
No way! Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her?
What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Cat. It's so good. It's so good. Look at me. It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. His teeth have fangs. It's insane. Maybe he should have been like, look at me. Oh, I am look at me. I will perpetrate the investigation as I am an ace detective. Oh, look at me. You were fun while you lasted. If only just a scrap of the letters had exchanged with Knightley still remained. It'd be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive... If it's the letters you're looking at... why did I keep falling out of that voice? If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. Where's the point in living in the past? Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you've said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence, I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? I'm all out of moves. Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Francesca? Oh, alright.
Excuse me.
Miss Berry, what's on her mind?
I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right?
Yes, that's correct. Does she know someone else who goes by Knightley, or does she know something? God, I'm hungry, all of a sudden. That sandwich is taunting me, but I can't eat until I'm done. No food, no rest, never. I guess I could get some food at McDonald's if I'm going up for coffee anyways. No! That's how you slip into unhealth and fat. I've lost weight, damn it. And part of the way I lose weight is by walking everywhere. Like to McDonald's to get some coffee. Still, though, could use a snack. I'll have some food before I leave.
This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon.
What? What did you say? But that's impossible! Knightley's already dead! Maybe it was like in the event of my death, or... Miss Barry, please let me see that letter.
Okay, here you go. Quickly, open it!
Oh, bums. This is the correspondence chest letter! Next move, pawn to g6. Now can you see the path checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? This is a correspondence chess letter!
This is in response to Dogen's last move. Now can you see the path checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at me. Fuck it.
The postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. It seems the letter arrived late.
Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of mail people send us arrive late.
Now, why was this letter addressed to you? Good. This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Normally, you would transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen, and in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere?
Simon! Why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend?
Ha! Don't be ridiculous. This cat's name is Snuggles. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in the snowstorm.
Did you?
Well, I mean, you did nearly die, but was it his fault? It was more his dad's fault. Well, I was on my way to the contest venue, where my father was waiting. Knightley suddenly appeared, held me down, tied my hands and feet, with tears streaming down his face. Kept apologizing. My dad's too scary, I can't disobey him. Please forgive me, I'm sorry.
Why Knightley,
though? Young them.
Stop it, Horace! I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world.
After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then I lost my father. Alright, so Knightley was kind of a dick. Well, adult Knightley was kind of a dick. I mean, the guy killed Rook. Let's not forget that. But he was forced by his father to do this, so... That whole family was kind of a dick, wasn't they? Weren't they?
What? Your father?
Everyone's parents are awful people. Except for Marsh, who just had the most unlucky father. Horace Knightley was the son of a murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. Does it?
But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover.
Isaac Dover is my father. What? So... What? But... Gustavia... So... You tied up Gustavia's kid? You... What? And... He tied up Gustavia's kid, who grew up to be Horace Knightley, and this is Isaac Dover's kid? Meaning he's the one who jumped him and tied him up? Then why does he hate the guy so much? I mean, I accept that. That makes sense. This kid's a dick, by the way. But why does he hate Knightley then so much? Knightley didn't do anything. It's your own damn fault that you got locked in that frozen car, you idiot. Oh, his father killed my father. Yeah, well, your father was being a dick, wasn't he? You had him kidnapped. He had you kidnap his son. You don't think that that's also a huge dick move? Jesus Christ, this family. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later I learned the truth. On that day— and why did Knightley have the ring then? On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the ice-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That was public well, alright, it wasn't public information until recently, but still, I would think you'd be sort of concerned with that. That lowlife scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of it makes me sick. And your father had you kidnap a child. That's not much better. It's a little better, I'll grant you, but still. So you knew who the culprit was all along? Ha! Of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. How? He was the son of a killer. It's only natural he ended up dead. Sins of the father is a pretty horrid argument. I personally don't buy it. Sins of the father do not affect that of the son. You know, if your dad's a murderer, that does not make you a murderer. I don't care if your dad was Hitler. Yeah, that kid's gonna have a rough life, and people are probably not gonna be a fan of that kid. But the actions his father committed are not a statement against the child. I'm quoting One Piece here, which isn't a great source, but it's like a child is born without sin, and that was when Goldie Roger dropped off Ace for Garp. Yeah, flexing my One Piece muscles. Also, Von Karma is the daughter of a murderer. Like, I don't hold that against her. She didn't know. It was nothing to do with her. It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure I was pretty sure his logic wasn't adding up here. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover, at the time, was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Hoquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say I don't remember that at all. It's only natural you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Oh, he thought he— wait. Oh my god, this kid. This is just a mess. Huh? Was that supposed to be a joke? I'm not amused. You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. But I can, apparently! I said humph. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. It's the ring, right? Yeah, I asked how Knightley had the ring. Good lord, this game. Everything. This is a crazy game. I like this game a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's one of my... if not... I know I said my favorite because of the cat, but that was mostly in jest. If this isn't my favorite, it's in the top 2. So, I really like this game. What's that? Isn't that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. This is the seal of Pierre Hoquet, used as his signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and now I'm being texted by my father. Of course I am. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... Oh, he just said thanks for info I gave him last night. In other words, you are Dane Gustavia's son, so he thought he was Dover's son. And instead, he actually killed Dover's son. Who... So, he thought he was the kid that tied up his best friend and then had his dad die at the hands of that kid, when in fact he was the kid that got tied up and then his father murdered a person and then he manipulated a bunch of shit and killed Isaac Dover's kid by proxy. Okay, I wonder how he's going to react to this. That's a lie. After all, my father is... my memories are... Hey, what's up? I'm still here. I'm just a terrible father. I lost my father because of Knightley. Locked me up in that car. Sap. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well.
Really? I'll be able to see a circus show even in prison? Huh. Heh. I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well.
Yes, please look forward to it.
Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move.
Oh yeah, I've left something special inside the chessboard for you. You should check it out later.
Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon.
Why did they leave him with his microphone and everything? Like, the suit, sure, it might be hard to take that off with the neck brace, but why'd they leave him with his earpiece? If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. I wouldn't have. It wouldn't have had to come to this.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. So, wait, if he thought he was Dover's son, then he would have been the one that jumped him and tied him up, right? Like, that's how that works. Is he missing that part of his logic? Or is he the mistaken identity? He was the one who got jumped and tied up. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then that means, was it all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who couldn't be killed by anyone. What? Who could be killed by anyone? Ah. That's why. I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps.
This finally proves it. Simon Keyes, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner. And the mastermind behind this case.
Gah! That's right. It was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all.
He's finally showing his true colors.
So yes, the IS-7 incident is in fact related. It was because of this that a lot of this spiraled out of control and happened the way it did. Although, there is an element of coincidence between that and the kidnapping stroke murder of the president. There's pure coincidence there. Because, whatever, that's just pure coincidence there. As you all know, I witnessed that incident 12 years ago. Coincidence, luck, whatever you want to say.
President Huang's assassination. So the child who drew this picture was Simon Keyes.
When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right?
However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you.
Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaise de Best was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, but a circus performer would? And there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, from behind the scenes was the body double who had set those two in motion. Ugh. That's a horrifying picture. Though he was a fake, I was up against a nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? Hey, he got it in the end. My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life, after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. Well, I mean, you actively worked against Knightley, but whatever, you know. Just ignore that detail.
If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved.
If I followed in his footsteps, I no longer had to worry about being eaten alive. That's right, now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. Yeah, no, you're going to jail.
I suppose you've never thought to seek help by the police?
No way, no way, no way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew it from the very beginning, that things would turn out like this.
The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial? So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see, so that's why you kidnapped John.
to force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence. Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there's no other choice. And that's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise. That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. So you admit it, your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps, but it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Well, given none of them are dead... Well, alright, one of them's dead. Blaze and, Patricia aren't. Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets, and I let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. How did you know? Oh, wait, he was there, right? And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other.
Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that?
Yep, just like the case at Gourd Lake. Which case? There were two. There was the one Edgeworth was involved in, and then there was the one with DeKiller and the Rook and all that. Yep, just like the case of Gourd Lake. It's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also a part of his plan. And if that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Whoa, don't try and pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating a perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out.
How can you say such a thing?
It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel and chessboard. What? You mean to say you were the one that prepared the chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. Ha, I know it all too well. This guy's a dick. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting... I mean, Knightley's no angel, he did murder a man, but still, this guy's a dick. Set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me? I'm at least a bishop. When you solved your case, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. God, I'm hungry. And the weapon that was delivered was the coup de grace, was your own logic. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know, you never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? Alright, well, we'll deal with that personal insult in the next episode. Holy fuck, how much more of this game? We have to pin something on him, right? There has to be some crime he has committed that we can get him busted for. So, next episode.